To everyone who reads this article, I just want to say that your relationship with God will be enriched by this. The words of this article are based on the following two verses from the Bible. Ephesians 1, verses 19 to 20. Verse 19, "And his incomparably great power for us who believe. That power is the same as the mighty strength." Verses 20, "He exerted when he raised Christ from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly realms." The words in these two verses stopped me in my tracks as I realized their magnitude for the first time in my life. I have read these two verses many times in my life, and yes, they always made me think. But about 2 nights ago I was back to these two verses, and I believe that it was the Holy Spirit that took me back to these life-changing verses. My brain is nowhere near capable of determining the greatness of God. I will try to explain to you the experience I had. The moment I finished reading verses 19 and 20, I saw the following in my spirit. I see where Jesus lies in a cave with a round stone lid, the place where he was buried. I only see the body because he was wrapped in white cloths. I get the impression that the Holy Spirit is also in the cave. I look at the body lying there and suddenly my attention is drawn by Jesus' one hand. I see the movements in the fingers and hand. The fingers have such vibrating movements. I look at the other hand and see the same movements in the fingers. Life seems to slowly come into the body, starting with the fingers. As I stand there I see how the movements slowly flow through the body. It occurs to me that this is the way in which the Holy Spirit slowly raises Jesus from the dead. In the cave, terrifying power was present. And then I came out of the cave and found myself in Lazarus' grave. I also see him lying there, wrapped in white cloths. What I saw and experienced with Jesus in the cave played out in the same way with Lazarus in his grave. There was only one difference. Lazarus has already begun to smell. This is what I experienced in my spirit just after reading Ephesians 1, verses 19 and 20. Thank you for this image, Jesus. Through this image I realized for the first time what a great power of the Holy Spirit works in, and also in all children of the Lord. The question that comes to mind is the following. If this tremendous power also works through us, why don't we see more resurrections from the dead, more divine healings and other miracles? Jesus says in the Bible that we will do greater works than he when he goes back to his Father. Why doesn't this happen? Simply because we do not allow the Holy Spirit to work powerfully through us. Holy Spirit, come through me, I don't want to resist you anymore.